Let's talk about the September 2025 Fastrack. So September 2025 is right around the corner with Solo Nationals 2025 right there as well. With that comes the September Fastrack. And you would think that there would be some major stuff with this Fastrack because it's the month that a lot of stuff is happening. Well, typically no. And this is no different than the others as well. Because this one is just pretty much talking about solo safety steward stuff, which isn't bad, but it's literally 9 pages worth of like the rule book for solo safety stewards. So with that out of the way, you now know what to expect out of this Fastrack pretty much. There are a few little things, but primarily solo safety steward stuff. So anyways, let's kick things off with the recommended items section. And in recommended items, you have firstly the event operations, an update to I.2.2.C per the board of directors request. The following is recommended as a replacement for that said rules, which was removed from the solo rules by the board of directors in 2024. Now, this update is essentially saying that they want national championship board members, essentially. So the SEB will appoint 2 members from the current SEB to serve as liaisons and approve 2 SCCA members at large, along with 2 course advisory panel members to serve as part of the Tire Rack Solo Nationals Advisory Committee, the SNAC. Or the SNAC, you can also call it. The remaining members of the SNAC will be made up of key SCCA staff personnel. The committee is responsible for recommending event chiefs, course designers, protest committee, and other key positions required for event operations, and will present appointments for SEB approval. The SEB is responsible for verifying use of appropriate courses, the suitability of the program, including any event supplementary regulations, and for ensuring a safe event conducted under current rules and supplementary regulations. Members of the SEB may not serve on the National Championship Protest Committee. So that right there prevents redundancies and, biases and stuff like that. Anyways, moving on to what I was just talking about in the beginning of this video, safety. Administrative updates to Appendix E. Now, this is literally, I'm not going to go over a good amount of this. There's only a couple things that I'm going to point out, but this is talking about the Solo Safety Committee Appendix E changes, basically. It's not really changes, it's just basically saying, hey, this is what it is. There are some additions and there are some updates. So we'll go through those small things here. Mostly this. So the most minor changes is to wording. So with chairman, it is now not chairman or chairmen. They just took out the man and the men and just made it chair. So everything that is now, or was chairman, is now just straight up just chair, which we've already kind of known about and used anyways, but it's now official in the rulebook. So you're just a chair now, okay? Everybody's a chair. Going down, and this right here, these little stipulations are pretty much the changes or the updates, the new additions to the solo safety steward stuff. Appointment of SSS for solo events. Once again, they took out chairman, it's just chair. And they also added the solo safety steward of record will be listed in the sanction request. So that is under the appointment of a SSS for solo events. And then down to here for procedures on becoming an SSS, they added this. B, interested members 18 years of age or older with 2 or more years of autocross experience should 1, request access to the online training by emailing them, complete the solo safety steward online training, shadow a certified safety steward at 2 events within a 12-month period, complete the solo safety steward application form, and submit the completed application to membership@scca.com. Next, the SCCA member services shall issue a renewal license every 3 years pending completion of the appropriate SSS online training, service as a safety steward at 5 events within a 3-year period. These events should be logged in member account portal or on your application, and completion of the solo safety steward application form, which is submitted to membership@scca.com. The requirements pertaining to licenses may be waived by the SSC except for the online training. And that is pretty much it. Down here, under the senior SSS license, it states a senior SSS license holder cannot be named in the capacity as SSS of record on a sanctioned application. And other than that, pretty much just corrects wording and stuff again. And those were the major things about the solo safety steward stuff that they brought out in this Fastrack. But if you guys want to read through all of that solo safety steward stuff and you're interested in becoming a solo safety steward yourself, I'll leave the links to those, including the Fastrack, in the description down below. Next up though, street modified category. With street letter headlight rule modification, the SMAC recommends the previously published rule change to section 16.1.R as shown below. OE, they crossed out pop-up headlights, including OE headlights, including pop-up headlights, may be replaced with static headlights, okay? They may serve no other purpose, as per usual with these sort of rules. And they added, modifying or replacing one headlight to include non-OE ducts is permitted. Replacement of OE tail/stoplights is permitted, provided the replacement units are intended for automobile use on public roads and retain their basic functionality as originally provided by the manufacturer. Next, would you like to open crash beams to modify or replace crash beams? The SMAC is recommending the following rule change to section 16.1.G. Suspension and drivetrain mounting locations, including subframes, may be reinforced in order to improve durability and reliability per the Street Prepared Rules section 15.2.S. They also added OEM front bumper crossbeams may be modified, replaced, or removed. Bolted structures forward of or directly attached to the radiator, including front radiator supports and frontal cross brackets, may be modified, replaced, or removed as well. Next up with that, would like to open up modifying steering columns for adding elect. The SMAC recommends the previously published rule change to section 16.1.F.1 as shown below. For the steering components, they crossed out steering column within the passenger compartment is specifically excluded from this allowance, and they replaced that with, or added on, modifications to the steering column and shaft are permitted, including the installation of inline electric power steering. The steering column within the driver's compartment must retain its original coverings to ensure a stock-like appearance. Okay, so they're adding a little bit of good changes, it seems like, to street modified category. A little bit more leniency in that department, it seems. And finally, in the modified category, minimum weights and weight distribution, the SMAC recommends the previously published change to rule to Appendix A as shown below. I think that reads weird. Anyways, they crossed out rear wheel weight greater than 51%, and yeah, on both SSM and SM, so there's that. Now, member advisories, safety, clarification. Thank you for your letter. Oh boy. It is correctly written. Rule 3.3.3 is correctly written for cars, which are also eligible and inspected for street prepared, street touring, and street modified classes. Well, there's a lot of thank you for your letters in this member advisory. It might as well just be in the misfit inputs at this point. Shock absorber allowance clarification in street touring category. Per the progression of rules from street to street touring, the STAC intends that the allowances for adaptive shocks in street touring are exactly the same as those in section 13.5 of the street rules. Allowable brake modifications questions in EST. Thank you for a letter again. Proportioning valves are not permitted to be changed. Under street touring allowances, competitors are reminded of section 13.1, stating that if a modification is not specifically authorized, it is not allowed. Street touring adds allowances, but the intent/practical application of 13.1 continues to apply in street touring. Classing request. The 2011 BMW 335D. The 2009-2011 335D is already classified in BST with other non-M3 series 2007 to 2025. Alrighty. Next, modified category, status of rulebook update. The MAC is reviewing the proposed BM rulebook revision to remove GCR references and will have a draft out for public member feedback by the end of 2025. And Formula V. Formula Vs are classified in C modified for solo competition. Please reference Chapter 18 and Appendix A in the Solo Rulebook for solo-specific allowances. Next up in change proposals, modified category once again. Adding, this seems to be a lot. Okay, I must have missed how much modified category there is in this Fastrack as well, because as you all are seeing now, there's a lot. So anyways, adding MC power to DM class to increase participation. Per the MAC, the following change proposal was submitted for member review and comment. 18.1.D, the drivetrain. Engines must be derived from the production automobiles, or they added, or four-stroke legal motorcycles, and they crossed out available in the US or elsewhere. And then in Appendix A, they also added motorcycle engines under 1400 cc's and must remain normally aspirated. No forced induction is allowed. Now we're on to the not recommendeds, the other items reviewed, and the handled elsewheres, aka the misfit inputs, which seemingly the member advisory should have been as well. After all that, we have tech bulletins with street category first. Correct SS listing for Boxster/Cayman GTS 4.0. Correct listing should be as follows: the Porsche 718 Boxster GTS 4.0. crossed out and Spider. It's going to be the 2020s through 2025s, 718 Boxster Spiders, 2020s through 25s, and the 718 Cayman GTS 4.0, 2020 through 25. In AS, the Porsche 718 Boxster, the base, they added the S and the T, 2017-2025, 718 Boxster, GTS only, 2.5T, 2017 to 2019, 718 Cayman base, they added S and T, 2017 to 25, and the 718 Cayman crossed out the S, it's just GTS, 2.5T, 2017 to 2019. Next, street touring category, and I think this is the last one if I remember correctly, Lotus Emira error. Thank you for your letter. The membership is advised that the listing should be corrected as follows. In SST, the Lotus Emira V6 is not from 2017 to 2020, it is from 2021 through 2025. And that is it for the September 2025 Fast Track. As I said in the beginning, it's not too eventful. It's literally, 3/4 of it is solo safety steward stuff. It's not unimportant, it's just kind of drab for most of us. So once again, if any of y'all want to become a solo safety steward, I will leave the links to this Fast Track and the links for the SCCA, the solo safety steward stuff, all that in the description down below. Feel free to check all that out. And if you enjoyed this video, you want to see more like it, please leave a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and ring the bell to be notified when I have more content like these Fast Track updates, as well as more content coming here soon. I have a couple videos I'm currently working on, should be done within the next few days, on GR Corolla stuff, and a new review coming here soon with the Supra. And I do plan on doing more of those here on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, as much as I can get on. TikTok is blowing up a little bit, so that's cool. But I am planning on doing so much more on this channel, so be sure to ring that bell. You guys be notified of all the cool stuff coming here soon. And to all of y'all going to Solo Nationals this year, good luck, have a lot of fun, be sure to drive safe over there and on your way back. And till next time, guys, keep going fast.